Hello. How are you guys doing?
Hi.
Oh, I need to do a little bit here to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Center.
Absolutely. So I'll be the moderator, but I'm gonna have to go now. But I'll be outside. So today's teacher is finally back in one piece.
Welcome everyone. Yeah. So I guess I got to do the introduction now.
I think so.
You better skedaddle.
I'll better skedaddle. But yeah.
Okay.
Good to see you guys. I'll see you in the chat.
Oh. Yep. Okay. Pardon me. I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, I'll see you.
Bye. Okay. Hey guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to those of you who were here the week before last week. Last week I was sick and we were supposed to hit up modeling in Blender. Today's class, as you guys know, is animation in Blender. But I'll run over everything in a second. No worries. Thank you. I was sick. Very contagiously sick. Couldn't come into the office. So it is what it is. Pardon me. Yeah, so that was Christian that you just saw. You guys have probably met him. If you've done this boot camp before, the CADA Bootcamp, then you've probably met Christian before. Hello, we're live.
The new mic sounds crisp.
Are you tuning in?
No, he's watching outside.
Of course. Okay, great.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yes, thank you. So, yeah, please excuse my coughiness. Actually, yeah, now that he mentions the mic, like if the volume's too high, too low, do say so. I can like tweak some stuff in here. I'm not a streamer, so I don't really, I'm not too familiar with that side of technology, but I do my best. Yeah, where was I? So, yes, Christian is my chat moderator. He's not in the room at the moment, and in fact, he won't be available for the first 15, 20 minutes of this stream. He has other responsibilities right this moment. So I'm going to answer as many of your questions as I can right now. But for any questions that I miss later, he will help and answer some of those questions for you guys. So yeah, that's that out of the way. I can already see some questions flooding in. No, we do not need a Blender and ZBrush at the same time today. We won't be using ZBrush. Yeah, I would love to go through the ZBrush sculpts that you guys did, but maybe I will do that at the back end of the stream. Because like my process today for you guys, since we missed modeling last week, was that I would give you a somewhat, I don't want to say thorough, but I want to get you guys introduced to Blender properly and, you know, give you the buttons and the tools that you need. And that might not necessarily, we won't necessarily model anything really of value. Like, it would have been cool to do a sword or something like that, but like the focus of today's lesson is animation, so I'm just gonna show you guys around a little bit, and then then we will just get into the animation. And I will do that first because we may have some people here in this bootcamp that haven't attended these classes before. Welcome, everyone. My name is Emily. And just for that reason, I'm just going to get into the teaching part, and then we can do feedback later. Also, when Christian is here to help moderate questions and stuff like that, it's easier a little bit. I am an amateur at streaming. But yeah. So I think we're using the latest version of Blender here. Yes. You can download it somewhere here. I'm not sure if the link's in the chat, but there are links to it on the CADA TrueMax website if you need to install it still. Yes, total anarchy. Let's go. So for those of you who have not met me, like I said, my name is Emily. I'm a graduate of CADA TrueMax, and I have approximately a year and 6 months in the field of experience in the field. Like a year and 6 months if you include my internship, right? Which I took, while I was attending the last semester of my education. So yeah, that's me. I specialized in sculpting back when I did attend CADA TrueMax, but most of my, like the bulk of my industry experience actually lies within animation, and I think a really close second, if not like just as much, would be like shading using Redshift within Maya. We're not going to get into that, don't worry. And what else? A little bit of modeling. Not as much, but still a bit, fair amount. But yeah, animation. Whew, I'm excited for this one. This is so much fun. Okay. Do I have any recommendations for the best drawing tablets and brands? I have not tried them all, so I cannot tell you which is the best and which is the best quality for value, but I do have a favorite, and that's Wacom tablets, and I think that's just because they've just been around forever, and they're like the OG. I don't know, like back when I first, well, in my very limited, I'm young, but in my limited experience, like Wacoms have been around for a while, like since the start, and it's just progressed. And when you think of it like a 2D animator, for example, they go to Wacom and At least that's my opinion. But you will not need a drawing tablet for today's class. So, good thing too, that would be really difficult. But yeah, mouse, keyboard, your PC, that's all you need. All right, I will stop dawdling on. So, here we go. Let me just switch over. There we go. Am I? Oh, I need to go over here more. Yeah, okay. All right, so like I said, I'm going to give you guys the introduction to Blender. That's really important. But I'm basically, at the same time, when it comes to animation, there is so much to know within the pipeline in order to be like, I want to say, an industry-ready animator. A lot of that process involves rigging. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that before. I think I'll quickly go over that. So basically, the general pipeline, right, is you start off with a model, and then you rig it. And rigging is basically the process of putting bones into a geometry, into a mesh, which is what you can see here, right? These are like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do this. So these things here are what you call joints, and then these things are called bones. And it's essentially, it is what it is. It is what it's called. It's joints and bones. It's what's within the mesh that like helps it move, right? Then you go through a process called skinning, which is basically binding the geometry, the mesh, to the bones, so that when you move the bone, the geometry will follow. Lucky for us, that process has already been done. Or for me, I think you guys should have access to this file also. Let's just check that, because you guys, in order to, like, if you want to follow along with me, you will probably need this file, or it's much easier if you have this file, I guess. And if you don't want to follow along, that's also totally cool. Like, just listen in and hang out. That's cool. I've muted like the lo-fi beats, so if you guys playing your own stuff, that's cool too. Whatever you want. Can anybody give me a heads up if you all, like, if you have this file, if you've got this file open? I want to know because if the link's not in the chat, or if the file's not there, then I can find a way to send it to you guys. Oh yeah, no, it's here. Okay, cool. It's pinned at the top. All right, nice. I didn't see that. Yeah, see, you already know this streaming setup has been. I've had some help. I didn't do that. Yeah, so as you can see, today's animation file for Blender. That should give you access to like what I'm looking at right now, and you guys can do whatever you want, do your own thing within it. Yeah, great. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you for the feedback. Awesome. Just wanted to be sure. So then, like skinning, binding the geometry and the mesh to the bones, and then animation, which is this fun part where you actually get to make it move and make it come to life. But let's just take it, easy, because before you can animate, you got to learn to walk before you learn to run, right? So this is Blender. Welcome to Blender. Controls, right? To do this for the zooming, that's just the middle mouse scroll. If you hold down the middle mouse scroll, you rotate around your focused object. We're going to be using that, so very useful. So those are the first two. They're both with the middle mouse button. If you hold Shift, I believe it is, and the middle mouse button at the same time, you can move around as such. So Shift is your go-to. Yes, I will get to your question in just 1 second. So Shift, like, what's really frustrating, I think, is learning the controls and the navigation of the program is actually, like, for me personally, one of the hardest things about the program to stick and learn, because like once you've learnt what a button does, and once you've learnt, it takes a little time, but once you know it, right? Whereas switching between programs all the time, I find myself having to refresh and like, oh my god. But so it's not going to be the same as ZBrush. Blender is different from ZBrush. Maya is different from Blender. Substance, everything, it's like all different. And I do believe that's because someone put a patent on the controls for one of the programs. So now, or patent, is that it? Or copyright? Is that it? I don't know. And so like now everyone has to do something different. Super annoying. But that's just what I heard. Don't quote me on that. So far, middle mouse button and shift button. Yes, there are lots of like tutorials and instruction videos for rigging and skinning also, but not done by CADA TrueMax. If that becomes in popular demand in the future, then like we might add it as a class, or like, do some sort of like combo thing. But rigging in it of itself is such a it's heavy technically is what I'm trying to say. It's really like settings and button focused, and it's not very creative. You can make rigs for different things that are like creative shapes and stuff, but it's generally pretty, like those are generally pretty advanced. And it's just so important to get rigging so right. Otherwise, like, it just won't work, or it'll break. And like, like if you really like got into rigging, if you guys are technical out there and you really enjoy rigging, if you really get into it, it's like, it's a whole profession on its own, and it's really like valuable also, like in demand. Like if you're a good rigger and you know how to code and you can put stuff together like that, like you pretty much like you're as good as gold, you know? So because it is so technically heavy, we're not really going to get into that. I really want to teach like the principles of animation today, but I'll go over everything, don't worry. Yes, actually, good that you bring that up and mention that. That's a good point. There are, I do believe in every program and in every software, there are, like, you can go into the settings and change the button layout, and you can change, like, okay, you know, like the controls and the shortcut keys, and you can change like how to navigate within the program and within the software. The one thing that I would watch out with that though is like depending on the studio that you go to, right? Like every studio uses different programs or different softwares for different things at different times, blah blah. And if you go from one studio, and I mean, it's fine. Like I guess you could change it either way, but it really depends. Like some people like have specific like work. You know, you might share computers. You might just not have one home-based PC in the office, which means you have, well, there are ways you can work around it. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that like the settings, every time you change to a new program or to a new studio or whatever, they might have preset settings, or like I can't imagine, I don't know why they might want you to use it in a specific way, but like that could happen. It's happened to me, where I learned something and I was like, this like technically makes sense. It's like, oh, but we just do it this way. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna argue with my senior, you know? So I mean, yeah, like by all means you could always change your settings so that the navigation is the same for everything, but like I've never done that. I've always found that it's challenging but worth it to just like learn like the basic default settings of every software. Yeah, sorry if I'm rambling a little bit too much. We haven't really gotten too far with this, but yeah, so navigation, right? Shift and middle mouse button and shift at the same time to move around, and then middle mouse button by itself to rotate, and then middle mouse button to scroll also. And then I think nope, is it, nope, okay, that's not it. Yeah, there we go. So it's control and middle mouse button if you want to zoom, right? Like this gives you a way more sensitive and like in control feel of like how close do you want to get, you know, and how far do you want to get. This is when you're working on like really minor things and you do this. Whereas middle mouse, it's stepped. Like it's stepped. You can see that it's like, yeah. All right. See this thingy over here? This is your, I want to say pivot. I don't believe that's what Blender calls it, but as I learned it, this is like your origin point, world space origin point, whatever. It's kind of your pivot sort of thing, I think. It's not gonna, depending on what you're doing, it could mess things up pretty bad if you don't have it in the right spot. I don't think it's going to bother us right now this time, but for good measure, good practice, this thing should always generally be at the center of your object, or like your object might have its own. Let's just go over here. Yeah, no, I would recommend like just if you've just accidentally like somehow gotten your thingy over here, wherever, whatever, I would just recommend setting it to world origin. And the way that you do that is I believe you can go in here. Yeah, it's called your cursor. Okay, so what you do is you right click, go to snap, and then cursor to world origin. There we go, like that. And the same thing applies for all the other stuff. Like if you click, if your cursor is like wherever, right, you can select your object, right click, snap. Oh, look at that, it's ready to go. Cursor to selected, which is your object, grid, which is this one, cursor to active, like that could mean a lot of different things. Like you can have things selected or active or, you know, whatever, right? Same goes, like, let's say you want to move this thing and snap it somewhere. Right click, snap, selection, because you have the square selected, to cursor. So you can put your cursor somewhere else, like a specific spot, and then snap that to that. Just basically more just to help you out with precision, right? Yeah. So what you guys may have started off in is up here is your working mode, if that makes sense. Like, it's like your workspace, right? If you go up here, it will say something. For me, it says object mode because I switched to that, obviously. You guys might be in something called pose mode, wherever that is. Now it's gone. What the heck? Let's see. This is also... here. There we go. Well, is that it? Interesting. It's gone. Object mode, basically... Okay, it's fine because we have to be in object mode for the start anyway. Object mode is basically like your overall... You don't really... you can't model in object mode, but it's just like, if I want to take this thing and I want to move it over there, probably don't do that though. Don't do what I'm doing. Like, you can do that. If you want to rotate, like, you can do that. It's like probably more useful for scene dressing. This is the move tool. This is the rotation tool. This is the scale tool, as it will say beside it if you hover over it. Tell me what this is. Transform. Haven't really needed to use that. The main ones, especially in Maya, is move, rotate, and scale. Now, for those of you who want a little bit of background knowledge in terms of modeling, this is for you, okay? This is not the focus of today's class, but this is just to get you, familiar with the navigation and stuff. You want to go from object mode into edit mode. If you guys are ever modeling something in Blender and you're like, you've got your object selected, or you've done something, you've imported something, whatever, right? And you're like, how do I do this? Like, how do I edit this thing? All my buttons are gone. Nothing makes sense. Always this guy right here, everything. Edit mode, sculpt mode, blah, 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 blah. But edit mode, this is like, you can see all of your options pop up here. All of these things do awesome, cool, different things. Somewhat simple, but like really basically, like, this is your screwdriver and your nail. Like, it's like basic, but yeah, really fundamentally useful. And then like there's, I guess I could just go over quick, like this thing that we have selected right here, up here next to your mode. This is polygon mode. This is, face mode. This is the whole face of the polygon. When you click the center button for this like little line thing, that's the edge. So that's like edge mode. And then you can select edges. I still don't do what I do, but because you need this thing. But just so you know. And this is vertex mode, the little dot. And this allows you to basically take individual points, right? Right now, what you can see happening when I do this is you can see it snapping from position to position. That's because I have this little guy turned on. Ooh, he's ruining everything, yay. No, he's not. He has a point, he has a purpose. But, like, turn that off and you'll be able to create, like, smoother, stuff, basically. But I'm just gonna undo that because I have literally no need to edit this. This is your snapping tool. Like, basically, precision. When you move stuff or scale stuff, stretch stuff, whatever you want to do, precision, right? This is this button here, and I'm really, if I'm going too fast, do tell me, do let me know. It's just because we're not really modeling anything right now. But if I'm also going too slow, tell me that also. I know there will be some of you feeling both, but just to give the quick rundown, right? But like, lucky for us, Blender's UI is like super friendly and super nice, and easy to get into, so you can just like play around and like, this stuff is like, this is what I would call, if you could call this your cursor, this is what I would call, like, then the pivot point. It's kind of like, it's how you would define how the geometry will react to your action. That sounds really weird, but let me see if I can try and explain it. So we got this face here, right? I've got it on, it doesn't even tell me what I have it on right now. I wouldn't usually have it on this. I would have it on, yeah, probably that one. Depends on what you're trying to do. But if I was just in like a place of like a stationary point, probably individual origins. I'm sure that'll come in handy later. But we don't really have a use for it right now, so it's hard to explain. Sorry. Oh no. Transform orientations. Yeah, okay. So this, I think actually this was more what I was trying to explain, but they both have a very useful purpose, I swear. So right now we're on global. Local is like, and I want to stress, like, if, let's say the normals is like, how do we explain normals? These transform orientations will not act differently if your geometry has the same preferences, if that makes sense. So if my normals are facing the same way as my local, then it's going to do the same thing, right? But in a more like advanced perspective, if my normals are a different direction, then you can change things in a different direction relative to what it is, right? Maybe a little bit more advanced, but right now we're just going to keep it on global. That's like safest. Global is like world space. So local is like whatever your geo is, says, does, that makes the rule. Global is world space, which is your entire 3D world. Yeah. Here we have like more navigation tools. So like, let's say you're like upside down, inside out, I don't know where I am. You can like look at this guy, and that is, I don't know if you guys remember, those of you who attended the ZBrush class, we had like a head here, and that gave you like a somewhat idea of the orientation of, you know, up and down. If it wasn't too obvious, as it is, you can select these, and that will give you like a more precise angle and direction. Yes. You can also, and then just like to get out of it, you just, you know, you middle mouse and it'll take you out of it. If I'm looking over here, it's because the chat's here, so that's why it looks a little weird. Yeah, what else? Alt, if you hold Alt on your keyboard and the middle mouse button, that will also rotate you in these directions without having to click this. I just personally find when I was like learning programs, it was super easy for me to like see it visually and like select those buttons. But there's like shortcuts for everything, and there's shortcut keys for everything that can make things like a lot faster when you have learned, you know, whenever you're ready. You can also learn it now, but I'll give you guys as much info as I can. These things here, they also have different functions, purposes, all that stuff. This is like how you visualize your geometry and stuff. So this is like, oh gosh, what's it called? Like wireframe mode, I think. This is just your face mode. this one, come on now. Why is it not? There we go. It's loading. One of these is textured, I'm pretty sure. We don't have a texture in our model, so it's not gonna really, do anything. But it, like depending on the effects that you've added, like you can visualize it in different, you can isolate those visuals basically. Right now we're just gonna stick to this guy. This, like, we really don't have to get into this right now. Don't get intimidated. It's a little complicated, but it does the same thing. It's basically just like, okay, different viewport settings. Let me see if I can so yeah, this turns off your grid. Now I've just turned on, see, look, now you've got the up and down, this blue one here. Don't really need that either though, so I'll just turn that off. Lots of different things you can like mess around in your scene here and just like tweak it how you want it. Most of these settings have to do with selection, so when you have selected an object or when you have something highlighted, it can tweak that also. Gizmos are the little things, like, so if I, like, okay, I'm in face mode, so if I just select this is the gizmo, this thing that appears here that's supposed to help me out with like moving stuff. That's what this sort of selection tweaks that. And then this is visibility, as it says, right? So like the different things that you can visualize in your viewport at one time. So you can turn it off, turn it on, whatever you want to do. Again, we're just going to stick to the really basic viewport settings right now. So yeah, that's basically your navigation and how you can visualize stuff in Blender. You can also, like, this little thing here, I think we have it down here by default, but if you don't, I'll just let you guys know, like, if you go up to the corner here and like see this little cross pop up, drag it out, left click, drag it out, you'll get another viewport. And then like you can like set this to be whatever you want to see. So like, let's see here. Look, if you want a second graph editor, you can do that. And if you want to close it, shut it down, it's kind of sensitive. It's a bit finicky. But like, again, you have to get like this crosshair thing and drag, like left click and drag it this way and it will get rid of it. I had that issue early on where I had like 6 viewports open and I was like, how do you close it? And yeah, so that was good to know if you guys ever run into that. I see. I'm not really sure what you mean by blocks. If you mean these segments here, these lines, I'm pretty sure those are just this is one whole block, but those are segments. Basically, they're edges, and we don't really need them turned on. It's only because I'm in edit mode that you can see them. Oh wait, did I misunderstand you? I'm not sure if I'm... Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, basically what we need to be in is something called pose mode, which I have to find again because I got out of it. But yeah, that's navigation. This is also like what we call an outliner. It might be called something different in Blender, but as I've learned it, it's called outliner. An outliner, our outliner, and it shows you, it gives you a list, basically, a condensed list of all the things in your scene. It's how you organize stuff and group stuff. It's like basically just like, think of it as your filing cabinet, and you just like, yeah, it's how you keep things organized and stuff. Here is like more settings and so on. If you guys do want to try out modeling by yourselves, at some point, or if you know, because we have heaps of modeling boot camps from previous months. And if you're really sad about missing this month's modeling boot camp, we're going to have modeling boot camp next month also. So there are options. But if you're going to try by yourself, once you have done something fancy and modeled something, you can go into, I believe it's this one, yes, and you can add modifiers. Just this little wrench here, the little blue one. If you go in and add modifiers, these are like overall effects that you can have on your object. Don't touch these right now. I didn't do these. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm assuming we need them. But yeah, you can tweak geo like that. Yeah, so that's that. Sorry if that took a while. I just wanted to get you guys acquainted with how to navigate in here if you haven't already tried it. So yeah, okay. Now, yes, like I was saying earlier, these are our joints and bones. Now, as you can see, it's like one whole, right just then I just pressed W, which kind of brought me back to like a default sort of thing, right? This is like a rig in and of itself. It's what we're going to be using today. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. Discovery. When you select actual geometry, it affects the options that you can choose in here and what you can do to it. So you can do these sorts of things to that geo. Select the bones and the rig. Now we can get into pose mode, which is the mode that we need to be in to begin. So let's do that. Now you should be here, and it kind of looks the same, but that's all right. This is right here that I'm like kind of fiddling with down here. This is called your graph editor. Unless you open the graph editor, you kind of get, I'm just using the middle mouse button to scroll in and zoom out, by the way. And same with shift for navigation always. Just to zoom in here a little bit. I think by default, if you don't do what I mentioned earlier, which was go into here and select graph editor, I think you have like a timeline. It's what's called a timeline editor in here, but it's not as advanced. You can still do really simple animations with it, and it's useful. Like you just set keys, and it'll do the same thing, but the graph editor is what we really want because, yeah, principles, right? I'm going to try and teach you guys. So there is so much to learn. There's so much to explain, but I think let's just try and get into it, and I'll explain as we go because I know we want to create something. It's already been ages. Right now, I'm going to make a key. So I'm just going to take, I think I'm going to take all of this, and I'm just going to right click. Where is it? Right click here. Yeah. Insert keyframe. Now, inserting a keyframe, you select that and it gives you all these options. Inserting a keyframe basically is another way of saving your pose in the timeline or in the graph editor. If you pose this thing however you want to set a key. And the key basically saves the first pose that you do. And that's how we continue to pose things. We continue to add keys. And then as the timeline moves along, it will take the keys with it. And it'll just like pick up the information and then it will move basically. So I've just done a right click and gone insert keyframe. You get these options. I'm going to do location, rotation, and scale because it's just everything. It's just my starting position. Just have somewhere to start. We can change this later also. You can overwrite keys. It's fine. It's simple. It's easy. Just select that one. If you want to affect only one of these, you can just do that. If you don't want to override the rotation, for example, you just want to override the location on the key, you can just select location. Lots of different uses for it. I'm just going to start with this because why not? And I've selected every bone just as a starting position. Now, you can see that I've made a key here. As I've made a key here, I can just middle mouse button to zoom in and get in real tight here. These things pop up. This is kind of like your outliner, but of the graph editor. So everything that you've made a key on, I guess, it'll take that information and be like, oh, there's 4 bones here. Yeah, pretty simple, right? These orange dots here, on the left and the right side of the key, these are known as handles. That'll come in handy later. We don't really need to touch that right now. But yeah, that's how you tweak some stuff. I think we're just gonna start off somewhere. I do remember from one of Mito's, or Matthias, if you've met him, his previous classes, someone wanted to do a jump. So we're gonna do sort of like a gelatin drag and jump today. And try and make it make sense. There's a lot of physics involved that you kind of have to understand in order to animate well, because it doesn't have to be real, it just has to be believable, right? So there's a lot of animation principles that rely on physics, and these principles are as old as freaking older than Walt Disney, you know? Like, it's just really basic stuff. Well, I don't want to say basic, sorry, but it's rules that you can break, but also generally they're just good, really good guidelines. I'm gonna set this is my time slider. This is my thing here that's gonna change the time within the graph editor time slider. I'm gonna set that to frame 10. Now, for those of you who, I'm sure most of you have heard, right? Keyframe. I made a key on insert keyframe, location, rotation, and scale. So it's just all 3 aspects. You guys probably know and have heard that most films and animations and those sorts of things are made on 24 to 25 frames a second. So if I took this thing here, this little blue guy here, and put him here, you can think of this whole section here as 1 second. In the company that I work at, we work on 25 frames a second. Don't ask me why, we just do. So yeah, I'm just going to be working on 25 frames a second today. This is my 1 second a time. There's more info here also. Where is... I guess I need the... If you have the timeline... Is that what it's called? This is the graph editor. If you have like the little time bar down the bottom here, right? It'll come with different settings, like how many frames a second do you want it to be? What frame do you want the animation to, or how many frames do you want the full animation to be? Do you want it to start on this or on this, you know? But as far as I can see, we don't actually have these options here right now. I'm sure I can access them some way, but not as of right now. Something I just want to mention quick also is if you go into this space and you hit N, you will get this little menu thingy up here. That is also really good if you're like a math person, or if you just like prefer to work with precision instead of just moving around and guessing and stuff. This is super useful. I use this a lot in the company, but for different reasons. But yeah, we this is super handy. Okay, back to it. Let's try and get something. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my bottom bone. I would consider this like the moving, like this controls, since this is the bottom of the line, right? It's going to move the whole thing. So let's say like, okay, that's the wrong way. Or is it? See what I just did there? Precision. Okay. Yes. Yes, there we go. Cool. That's what I want. I'm just going to take it there. And then I'm going to set in another keyframe. But this time, instead of right-clicking, I'm going to just give you guys a shortcut, which is to press I. And the I, just by pressing I, stands for insert keyframe, is going to take you straight to this menu. And I'm going to do location, rotation, and scale again. Same, we're doing the exact same thing. It's just pressing I is a bit faster. Gives you that little key. Hi, welcome. Now, when I did that, you could see that, ooh, something's happening. There's a curve here. As we put more keyframes in, you will see this curve sort of turn into something, right? It is supposed to be a visualization. No matter what kind of crazy whack stuff is happening in here, this graph should visualize for us like timing, like different positions, like up, down, side to side, whatever, represent different things. From left to right, horizontal is usually always time. It's the measure of time, right? But up and down represents different things and different movements and their intensity, I guess, and how extreme the movement is. Yes. I have my first key on frame 1. You could also put it on frame 0 for other advanced reasons, but we're just going to keep it, I'm trying to keep it simple. First key on frame 1. And then I've just gone to frame 10 and put my second key there. So if we just play this now, I think spacebar is how you can play stuff. Let's see. Yes, I was right. Okay, great. So you can see now my time slider is going and it's moving. Spacebar again to pause. I'm a little bit unhappy with how fast this guy's moving to this position. In fact, I want to change quite a few things. So I'm just going to left click drag over all my keys, or the order of this doesn't necessarily matter. But then I'm going to take my time slider, let's say like, yeah, why not? I'm going to go to 20. Highlight all my keys. And then I think if I, nope. Okay, Alt and middle mouse kind of drags your graph editor, but it doesn't change your keys. Where is my shortcut? Okay, I just pressed X. Don't delete your keyframes, but X will allow you the ability to delete things if you don't want to delete. Like, I think you can just, yeah, if you want to delete something that you've made, X, and then you can do that. No. Maybe it'd be just better if I just did it like this. Okay, I'm gonna press Control C for copy. This is like in multiple programs also. Control C for copy. And then I'm just gonna, once my time slider thing is in the right keyframe that you want, Control V. And that basically duplicates these keys and puts them in this position. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that because like I don't really want that. Now let's see. We can get a grasp of the timing now. It's a bit slower. But you know what else? I want it to be even further away. So if let's do, I don't know if any of you guys can relate, if any of you guys are the kinds of people that, like, when you turn the volume up and down on the remote, it always has to land on, like, a 5 or a 0 or a whole number, you know, like, I'm not like that always, but when it comes to this sort of stuff, sometimes I can be a little exact. So, pardon me. I've just moved this to 7.5, right? And you can see that I've only moved it on the x-axis. So it highlights, only this highlights orange. But it highlights orange because I've got a key here and here, but I've just changed it. And the key has a pose saved already. So if I move the time slider, oh, I'm going to lose my progress. It goes back because the key saves it. So now I'm back at 5. So always remember to set your keys. There's also an auto keying option, which means like every time I edit this or tweak this, it's automatically going to key it in my outliner. I've never used that though, and I never liked that, because if you're tweaking something, playing with the idea of something, it's going to save all sorts of keys, and then like you have to remember to turn it off, otherwise you keep animating, and it's like can be a little bit, you just have to be very aware. Useful, but be aware. So now it's, you know, maybe I was just playing around with the idea of something, but I didn't want to save it. You just move around. You lose your progress though. So remember to set your keys. Let's try this. Maybe that's a little bit too far, actually. I have a feeling. Nah, fuck it. Excuse my language. Again, insert the key to override this. I'm going to press I. And then now I could just say location, rotation, and scale. It's going to do the same thing because I haven't changed anything else. So it's going to override the keys either way. But just for the sake of it, I only edited the location this time, right? So now I only need to to override the key for location. So I can just set location, right? And then my rotation is going to say the same because I didn't change the key or override the key. Good question. No, the first key is for all 4 bones that I made. Or is it? Yeah, no, it is. It was, wasn't it? Yep. Yeah, I made the first key for all 4 bones. Right now I'm only working within the first bone to get the overall movement, right? Here we go. Very nice. Let's see if I can... Where is my... Okay. Not as many settings on this one, but that's alright. Let's give it a play and get the gauge for the timing. It'll do. I only have so much time. Woo. Alright. Now comes the question. We've moved it this far. I would like to introduce you guys to a principle called drag. Basically, when this guy moves along, like the wind force or whatever force, right? The pressure is gonna kind of force it, push it in the other direction. So by the time, you know, as it comes along here, by the time it gets to this point, like maybe these are a little bit delayed or something, right? I'm going to select all 3 of these, the top 3 that I haven't made a key on yet. And I'm going to select R. R is for rotate, obviously, or you can just go up here to this guy. I'm just going to press escape. Rotation, here. You can either select this guy for rotation or you can hit R for rotation. This works in modeling also. And I'm gonna stretch him back, I think. And that just happens automatically. And then if I just like left click, it's gonna do it. It's gonna get it done. Notice how I'm on the same frame as my... Oh, shit. I pressed the wrong key. My bad. Whoa. Whoa, crazy. Let me see if I can get that back. No. Oops. Okay, I just hit Control Z to undo, and then to redo, I press Control Shift Z. But I'm going to have to do it again because I hit the wrong key before. So put him back like this. Left click to do it. Now, set a keyframe. And then this time I'm just going to do... I technically only edited rotation, so I only have to... Location, rotation, and scale, just to be safe. Because, yeah, we didn't have a key for these 3 before, so I'm just going to add that. Now... you can see it's doing some more fancy stuff here. Not quite the drag effect yet, but hoping that we'll get there. Just going to hit spacebar to check it. Yes, I see. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to maybe it around here-ish. Yeah, let's try here, frame 9. I'm going to take all these keys here, and I'm actually going to put them way earlier. So I'm just going to Control C and Control V that, and then go ahead and delete these. X, delete keyframes. Now you get that feeling of as soon as he's moving, oh shit, we're going somewhere. Whee! Right? Okay. If you are experiencing only one bone or one joint bending at a time, it could possibly be because you don't have them all selected, or maybe you only have certain things selected. At the moment, I had all 3 bones, top bones, selected at the same time, at the time of when I rotated it and made that key. I hope that helps. This guy, he's gonna do... oh god, I keep hitting the wrong key. I'm too used to Maya. Okay, if I only select him and I hit rotate, it's gonna take the whole thing, right? You can do that. There's nothing wrong with that, right? I just didn't want that for this experiment. So, yeah. I only took the top 3 bones. But we're gonna use them all. Interesting. It's hard to know without seeing your screen. From the bottom. If you only wanted to bend, like, you can also, like, bend one at a time, for example. Oh, look at that, my gizmo. You know, and then you can set a key there. We don't want that, though. Not yet. And I'm not going to save that, and it's not going to save it for me because I didn't key it. Actually, it could use a little more, though, couldn't it? Nah, now I'm just being a perfectionist. Let's leave it. Okay, so frame 20, we had the stop. I think now that we have like a little bit of force against it, we're going to have some recoil, some rebound. This is another animation principle that is like really common, but let's see if we can achieve that the way that we want. Okay, just need to... I'm selecting the top 3 again. Okay, you send a screenshot in the Discord. I do not have Discord open at the moment, and maybe Christian, my lovely chat moderator, would you mind maybe looking into that and helping out and getting back to this lovely person? Yes. Hello.
I'm bringing you Discord.
You're bringing me Discord, guys. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's so great that you sent a picture. That actually makes a lot more sense. Okay. Please stay. Wait. I'll give you... Yeah, I'll give you a frame back in a sec. Just wait, I need to see this.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So, okay. Let's see if we can recreate the issue so that I can give you guys like an accurate fix. I don't want to make it worse or anything. Basically, from what I can see from the picture, what may have happened is... Nope. Like, how do I zero these out? It's not like Maya where you can't just zero it out, huh? Okay, well, it looks like this. It looks like only this guy is doing the work, but I can see you have all of your joints selected. The order of which you choose your joints might be relevant. So if you go from, let's see here. Just going to take it back to frame 1 so I can try and recreate it. Like, let's say if we go from the top to the bottom. Nope. From the bottom to the top. Okay, that's weird. Sometimes the order of which you select your joints can affect how they move. Can you unlock that again?
Absolutely, I will answer.
But that is actually strange.
So it looks like just one joint has been...
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So what it looks like to us, right, is that only one joint is being manipulated.
Yeah, so that one, and if you just...
And it's just been moved, and then it's not, the rest is not following through. But you can literally see that it's selected, though. But the top is highlighted. But it's going from there. I'm wondering, it's not, you don't think it's been locked, right? You guys have the exact same file as I do, so it shouldn't technically do that.
But also that's, if we see that black arrow between there, I don't know if
Yeah.
that has anything to do with it. It's not like... No, that should be fine as well.
Right? It looks the same, only the top two joints are not rotating. That is really strange. Let me see the settings. Can you guys... I wonder if... Do you mind sending a picture of your screen, like, with just, like, a little bit broader so I can, like, see some more of the settings? That would be great. Because from what I can see, your bones look like this to me. Like, they're highlighted in this order, but only this bone is doing the work, which is the strange part. Interesting. Like, it looks like this. This is what his mesh looks like. I'm not sure. Am I giving you guys any clues, any hints?
Could there be anything about them, whether they've been animating on the joints or the bones? I'm not...
It shouldn't
blender.
technically... No, but it shouldn't technically be possible, because when you select this, it selects the whole thing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I tripping? Like, I can easily recreate what I see in the image based on what you've shown me, but a little more difficult to understand how it's happening. I've already got some rotation on this bad boy. Okay. Yeah. That could be it. Yes. So, if you guys remember what I showed you earlier, a lot of these things here, like this is snapping, which I don't really know how it could have done that, but it may have been able to do that. But these settings up here affect the way orientation affects different things.
I think they've found a solution.
Yeah, like, was that setting turned on for you? Because that could definitely affect it. If you guys haven't got these like default settings on, like I've just got mine on individual origins and on global, that will affect some things. strange though. That was weird.
I'll be off again. Bye.
Okay.
See you.
Thank you, Christian. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, he's just had to bring me Discord. Great. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are right on. So fast at learning. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess the reason why I couldn't recreate your issue or find your issue is because I have my default settings, like, to global and to individual origins. So, yeah, that could possibly be it, like, if this is whacked or whatever, you know, it could do different things. Okay. Alright. Is that, is default median? Alright. Interesting. My bad, guys. Yeah, well, if you haven't already, then definitely set your setting here to individual origins. It basically just means, like, there's no average between the origin point of your thing. Individual origin is like each object has its own like point of, it's revolving around that point, basically. Yes. Okay, yeah. If there's a slight delay when I answer your questions, I apologize for that. The feedback is kind of like, yeah. Okay, cool. If that is working for you guys, then I'll just continue. Okay. Thank you to Christian for being my handy Discord mailman. I don't know. So far we've got our starting point. Our little drag moment here. The end, like the finish point. And now we're going to do like a sort of a follow through. He's crooked. Interesting. Like a recoil effect. So I've still only taken the top 3 joints, and I'm on that same frame that this bottom guy has ended on, right? Yay. But this time I'm still gonna take the top 3, and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did before. I'm gonna rotate it by hitting R, only I'm gonna do it in the opposite direction. Maybe not too much, maybe however much you want. The judgment is up to you guys, whatever you want to do. And then I'm gonna set another keyframe in here by just setting I and location, rotation, and scale, because, like, why not, just to be safe. Here we go. So now if we just play. Alright. Not exactly the effect that we're looking for, but it's a step in the right direction. So I think what happens here is there should still be drag, right, in this area, but what happens is he goes a little far ahead a little too soon. So I'm gonna take, like, maybe I'll take it from here. I'm gonna pick this frame and I'm gonna take these previous keys and I'm just gonna copy them again, which is Control C and then Control V. Now it should be, there's a bit of extreme movement, but we'll get there. We'll clean it up. Yeah. Alright. I think I want to delay this even more. So what I mean by that is, like, he stops here, right? He, she, it, the cube. Gelatinous cube, for those of you who play D&D. It's not really that, is it? But we can pretend. We can pretend for today. I'm gonna delay this sort of end point where you like, you know, when you get in a car crash and then like your head is like the first thing to go. Let's take it maybe like 3 or 4 frames. It's all happening quite quick, isn't it? Yes, roll initiative. Okay, I'm gonna take these keys. I'm gonna do it again. Control C, Control V, and then I'm gonna delete this. Delete these keys. X for delete keyframes. Let's just check it. Probably still gotta move that one, but I just want to show you guys how it looks so far. Here we go. Okay, let's take it to 20. And I'm going to take these keyframes with the drag, right, to 20 where he should be stopped. And I'm just going to basically put these here where I want them. Control C, Control V. I'm going to delete these ones. We don't, like, they don't do any harm by being there, but we also don't really need them. So I'm just going to delete them because, like, the more organized and the cleaner your graph editor is, like, the easier it is going to be to understand it. Doing? Yeah. Okay. It's something. Alright, so the timing's way off, right? Maybe I need to push these back because it's happening too quick, right? And then once you get the hang of these shortcuts, it just becomes like super nice and quick. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually not gonna put the keyframes on 20 at all. I'm gonna have it somewhere here. If I'm going too fast, just let me know. I just know I've been taking it real slow so far. Whee! Hopefully that's something. Alright. Okay, again, I want to move him back because, again, like, so you can see me going all around here in the timeline. I'm not looking at this viewport at all. The graph editor is where the real magic happens, right? Real industry professionals can just purely work. Well, okay, I don't want to say real industry professionals, but like I know some real geniuses out there that can just work within the graph editor and they can do exactly what they want to do and communicate exactly what they want to communicate, and they don't even have to look at this, and then they just understand it on a whole new level. It's really Control Z just to do that. It's really just like nice to be able to have that much control. What do we say? Yes, it is your best buddy. Okay. I think I want to move that one back there, and then we'll just see how we go. Okay. Gonna get rid of that. Okay, so now we've got him swinging forward, but he needs to come back, right? Like the doing sort of effect, right? Now, I guess we can just take it. I wonder if... Nope, okay. No. Okay, so it's a little difficult to see right now, but you can probably see a little bit like this like sort of curve thing here, right? If by selecting them and then right clicking and then going into here, you can distort them and edit them in a way to become like smoother, or it can be like stop motion film type thing. You can kind of step key them. It's what we call step keying. You can smooth it out. You can do all sorts of things. So have a play around in that. handle type. I told you earlier that these were the handles, right? By moving them, whoa, you can do some crazy stuff. We don't really need to do that right now, but if you want to play with that, you can do that. Whoa. Okay. No, I'm not gonna. Kind of cool. I want to see ease in and ease out. I'm assuming that's somewhat of like a smooth thing because you can ease it in and ease it out. Okay, now he's got to come back. So I'm going to go a little further in the timeline, but this time it's not going to take as long for him to recoil back. So I'm just going to take like maybe 4 frames ahead or something. Still the top 3 joints right now. R to rotate on the on the keyboard like this. Maybe not that much, a little less extreme, because he's gonna go weird, like kind of like a spring. Yeah, I don't know how you would describe that. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong key. Okay, here we go. Still only edited rotation, but we're gonna do this anyway. Maybe a little bit too much actually. R again to rotate. There we go. And left clicking to set that. I to set the key, location, and rotation. Okay. All right. Okay. Kind of fast and extreme, but mainly fast, which means we gotta take some more frames and we're gonna move it a little bit more. Maybe we'll also make it a little less extreme. X. Here we go. And we're on the right frame. Yes. And I'm just like, I'm just middle mouse button. Like clicking, scrolling, moving all over the place. Getting a good grasp of it. Space bar to play again. That's actually too slow for me now. Maybe I'm being too perfectionist, but like, why not? Let's just do it. You gotta make it like aesthetically pleasing, right? Like how you want. How you want it. Here we go. It'll do for now. Alright, and then I'm going to bring it back. And now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to take it maybe like 3 frames. Or 4. I don't know. We'll see. We'll try 4. Moving back a little bit. Like this. There we go. Maybe this was actually, it doesn't even need that much. It doesn't need to be that intense. Here we go. Cool. Cool. All right, we nearly have something of a jiggle here. Almost. Maybe a little bit too slow. I'm going to speed that up. Cool, okay. Now I'm going to take... Question is, how fast do we want it to be? Trial and error, I guess. Take it back a little bit. I only went 2 frames ahead this time. That might be too fast in itself, but we'll find out. I, location and rotation and scale. And then I'm just going to go 2 frames ahead again. And then take it like this. Try and straighten them out. I'd set the key. Now, if you want to be exact, like, here we go. Select one joint at a time, and then it'll show you, like, okay, these are your figures. You can see I haven't quite set it to 0. So if I want to set it to 0, I'm just gonna, click X with the left button and drag down to Z, and then it'll come up like this. It's just kind of like you want to change things all at once at a time, like a mass changing thing. Click and drag, hit 0, and then press enter. And that's going to 0 it out, and that's going to give you some really nice precision. Again, I'm just going to hit I because, like, yeah, don't want to lose it. Again, see, like, it's like, it looks straight, but it's 0.004039 of like a, you know, a movement. So just to be safe, I'm just going to go ahead. Don't do that. Not W, but X to Z. 0 on the keyboard, and then press enter, and that's going to 0 it out. I'm just going to do I again. Same for this. 0, enter, and I, and location, rotation, and scale. It's just kind of like, I don't have to select that, but it's quick. It's already like, it remembers your past selection, so you can just like select that. Yeah, and of course you get an error message because I haven't selected any bones, but that's fine, right? So now, let's see if maybe it's a bit too much. I don't know. Maybe the wiggle's a bit much, but we'll give it a shot. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. A little something there. Yeah. See, so creative and innovative. Like, if you don't want to go through all that hassle, or like in this case, it was a good idea. Well, no, what am I trying to say? Like, if I only wanted to zero out one joint in and of itself, then like going through that and then like, you know, keying it is like what you could do. But this smart person just copied the first keys and then put it in 0. And because it was only the top 3 joints that were selected when you copy the first 3 keys, right, which were in 0, copy and pasting it is not going to do no damage whatsoever. However, if I select the bottom joint and I copy and pasted this first key to here, then, you know, it's going to go back, right? That's why we don't want to do that. But yeah, so the sky is your limit. Smart thinking. I know we don't have much time left, guys, so, and I know why I said I would do a jump, so maybe I'll try and get something in here, but this is basically drag, a bit of recoil, and then I want to add some delay. There's so much to teach, guys. And I still want to go through your feedback on Discord, but let's, you're here to learn, so let's do it. Okay. I want to add some delay here. Got the drag, the bouncing forward. It's gonna look a bit strange, I think, if I don't do it from, maybe if I start from this point. So instead of taking the top 3 keys now, I'm gonna take the top 2 keys instead. And I've got them in the same position as the third, right? But I'm gonna move these. I think so far I've basically just been copying pasting because like I found that to be easy. But I think actually if you select the keys, first of all, what I find easiest is to put your time slider in the frame that you want to move it to. So I'm going to move it by like maybe 1 frame. Like, you'd be surprised how much 1 frame could make a difference, even though it's like 1/25th of a second in like the whole thing, right? We are so perceptive to movement and the way things move and the way we see things move that it really like it picks up. But let's test it. So set your keyframe to the thing you want to move these keys to. Select the keys that you want to move, and then I'm pretty sure it is G. G is the shortcut. Oh my god. See? G is the shortcut to move and do all sorts of things. The only reason why you can see the geo freaking out right now with rotation is because right now I'm moving my mouse up and down. And as the curves change, so does the geometry. But what we want is we only want to change the keys and the curves on the x-axis, which is the horizontal. So the video is mirrored for you guys. I'm going from left to right, but for you guys it looks like right to left. But we want to move the keys on the x-axis only, which is like the horizontal axis. So if I just hit escape to like basically undo that, I hit G shortcut for move, and then I hit X immediately after that. Then no matter what I do with my mouse, I can only move the keys on that axis. Again, really nice for precision. And then I'm just going to basically move my keys to where I wanted them. I think they were there before, right? And then I'm going to put them... you can move it 1 to 2 frames. Let's see what that does. Here we go. Yeah, okay, so you can see previously we had it on this frame. Now I have it on this frame. Now I'm going to do that once more, only with, instead of the top 2 joints selected, I'm going to select the top joint only. And I'm going to go 1 frame this way. And I'm going to select all my keys again. And I'm going to hit G and X again. And it's going to take, I'm going to take it 1 frame. And then left click to like set it in, right? And that should give us a delay, which is part of another principle of animation. Doesn't always work for everything. Depends on the material of the object you're animating. Depends if it's a human. Depends if it's jelly. Depends if it's a hummingbird or whatever. That was a good example that Mito talked about in one of the previous classes. But for now, let's just see what it does, because it's a thing, and it does a thing. Yeah, look, okay, so by only moving it 1 to 2 frames, you can get this sort of recoil effect, like that, right? Okay. So, guys, I'm so sorry, but our time is coming to an end, and I feel... I've cheated you. I said I would do a jump for you guys, but then we only got to the 3rd principle. There are many principles. Yes, come in. Welcome to my dungeon.
Do I have to roll initiative for this one?
Please do.
A wisdom saving throw.
You guys can see we welcome back. We pimped out the place. We got some curtains in here and stuff. It's real cool.
And we actually got carpet.
Oh, yeah, we got a carpet. You guys don't get the privilege of experiencing that, but I do.
The Blender file now, Tatiana. I am... Ooh.
Tatiana!
Well, great. This is going to come out as a video on demand.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry if I'm loud. I'm a loud laugher here. We take the mic up here. Okay, but yeah, so I just wanted to wait. Oh yeah. Let them experience the wiggle. And using these principles, you can easily do a bounce as well. Maybe I will try and do a bounce the next animation class I have, because I think the part that we mostly lost a little bit of time on was like explaining navigation in Blender and getting set up with, like, I also wanted to give you some, like, a little bit of modeling background so you could just do, play around in it a bit more. But it wiggles. yay, we did something. I apologize to those of you who were looking forward to a jump. I can 100% teach you guys that at some point. Yeah. But yes, now Christian is here. Okay, I'm sure you have something very important to say and do.
I actually think that we should go on to Discord and maybe see some of
I
their work.
absolutely think so as well. Okay, so guys, from here on out, the boot camp is officially... We're good, we're done, we did the anim. Woo!
We did it!
Congratulations. If you guys want to, like, take, like, a video or a screen recording, if you know how to use OBS or some sort of other screen recording software, or if you can make a GIF or something, if you want to, like, post that in the Discord chat, you can do that also. That's pretty fun, pretty cool. But then right now, since it is the end of the animation class, let's do the fun part. Let's look at some sculpts, models from the previous boot camp lesson.
Are we human?
I'm not sure.
No.
After going through this education, I don't know anymore.
Please select all images of one type that appear warmer in comparison. Okay, so that should be warmer, I guess.
It's just Discord trying to verify that we are not robots because we are logging in.
Yeah, we were born in 1967. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
The bootcamp. So now we actually.
Okay, yeah. So you can see. Okay, cool.
So let's go all the way back to the top.
Look, you guys, all the beautiful creations. I'm so proud. Not that I should take the credit, but yeah, you guys did so well. I'm so impressed. All right. Sweet. Awesome. Is this the start? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. I wonder if we can just, like, click through like this. No, we can't.
I wish, but this is Discord. So
yeah. Okay.
So it's scroll and click.
The Messiah. Well done. I can see you use the snake. What's it called? The snake brush tool.
Yeah.
Yep.
It looks great.
You could this is really nice. You could probably benefit from some higher density polygons here, which is like if you use a smaller brush in ZBrush Core Mini, then it'll give you more to work with there. That might be nice in case you wanted more there. But otherwise, freaking great job.
Oh, that's Omnibrute. He's actually in the chat as of right now. So, are you ready for some harsh critique? No, I'm messing with you.
There is, I cannot. I do not have the audacity. Like,
No.
It's so great that you guys have just put in your all to these. It's really nice.
Has that been done in Blender by any
Very
chance?
smooth, very smooth.
That looks great.
Nah, it's from the ZBrush class. It's probably is.
I just never seen grids inside of ZBrush before.
Really? I
Yeah.
can show you. You wanna? This is very well done. I'm getting like those traditional Japanese dragon vibes from this one, because he's got the noodles hanging out of his nose.
What is the dragon called from
The
Mulan?
tendrils.
I'm getting a little bit of
Mushu.
Mushu. There we go. I'm getting a little bit Mushu vibes of that.
I love that you said that. Yeah.
Wait,
Really?
wait. Hey, why say nothing about first one? Yeah, put me in a new one.
What am I missing?
So, I'm butchering your name, but
Oh,
Vyacheslav.
God.
Hey, why say nothing about first one?
Which one?
Buddy, we already said
This
it.
one or this one?
Oh, it's the top one. It's the one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
There. How dare we?
Oh, God, I should resign. No, I like that you've gone ahead and added some little detail here. That's really nice. And I can tell the brushes that you used as well. Nice high polygon density. Well done. If you wanted to get more of like a blocking sense, you could probably go lower on polygons. But I mean, honestly, you can do no wrong, really. Just you really translated the idea. That's really good. That's the main point. Also, this one's nice and smooth. I don't remember if I said that before. I have the attention span of a 6-year-old. I can't even remember anything. Okay, yeah, really good. I'm so proud. So proud of my Padawans.
That's cool.
Ooh, I like that this one took like a spin on the horns. It's like I'm getting like what's that? Like that African deer thing. What is it called? The one with like the twirly horns. I don't know.
I know maybe what you're talking about, but that one I get a little bit like unicorn like.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I don't
and then
know.
it's just like,
I'm tripping. I'm not a zoologist. Don't.
that's why we became 3D artists.
Exactly. Yes. I like it. I like the spin.
Oh yeah.
I actually think this is so cute.
Oh, and the small teams.
Oh yeah, the small teams. I like when I look at this dragon. It makes me think. Like if I could imagine that the dragon could speak, I imagine it would have a lisp. I don't know why. That's not an offense. That's just like my first impressions. All in good fun.
It got some personality to it. I like it. That's great.
Yeah, I love it. I actually think it's adorable.
An antelope or a gnu.
Yeah, an antelope I think is actually the thing that I was trying to use my brain to think of. Oh, would you look at that? All right, so I can see that you've used like a particular brush here, and just by using that particular brush alone, you've managed to get some of these like strokes here, and it kind of gives me the feeling of like fur almost.
Oh yeah.
In a way, I'm not sure if that's intentional, but I think that's like a super cool effect.
It looks old and wise as well at the same time. It could drop
Yeah.
some mad knowledge on you.
Yeah, like Mushu / Master Shifu. Oh
The
god.
collaboration we deserve.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Not the hero we wanted, but the hero we deserved. No, I'm joking.
Amen.
It's absolutely the dragon that we wanted. It absolutely is. I love the spin, the unique spin you put on it with the ears and the look. Oh my god.
That's not a dragon.
I didn't teach you that. Did I teach you that? No, I'm joking. It's great. Like actually I would say that your knowledge of anatomy is pretty solid. I just can't tell if you're memeing or not. Because it's actually like maybe give it like a couple more hours and you could come out with like Brad Pitt or something in this face. But really well done for the time that you had. Really well done. I'm not the best at giving criticism, guys. I'm so sorry. And to be honest, I don't feel like entitled to give you criticism. I'm just here to teach you the tools, and then whatever creative stuff that you want to do with that, that's completely up to you. I'm not telling you right from wrong. But it's nice. It's cool. It's fun.
Oh yeah, that's cool too.
I get the sense with this one that like you have like these basic shapes, and then you just want to get the idea in there and get the idea across, and it's really translated quite well. And I can see you probably had similar frustrations as me with the eyeballs. You guys, I got so frustrated with the eyeballs that I think the next sculpting class that I do, I'm going to do a skull instead of like a dragon skull or something instead of a dragon head, because trying to communicate skin across a program that's so simple. I'm not saying it can't be done, but I think I'm just gonna like a skull is just like you don't have to. It's just if you guys want to attend, I mean you've already done it, some people here, but if you guys want to attend the next ZBrushing class that I host, I will show you what I mean at that point when I do that.
Stick around.
Yeah, if you want to do that, stick around. Aww, I said that I like this one also because it looks like a little piggy, but it's really cute. I can tell that the polygon density, and this was not ZBrush Core Mini. So
that's the full.
Yeah, so whoever came with this image is using the full version of ZBrush and not ZBrush Core Mini. And you can see, can I zoom in anymore? Yes, I can. You got, oh, shit.
Oh.
You guys can see here, right? These sphere things, these are extra bits of geometry that you can like add in or, add, import, whatever you want to call it, right? symmetrize and then get like this sort of sense of an eyeball, right? And then you can build the skin around it. That is exactly, totally, yes, spot on. Good job. And then you can see like way more options, way more things you can do. But I love it. It's so cute. And it looks really nice and smooth because you have high density polygons. That's really nice. Sometimes when you have really high density polygons, it can be difficult to smooth it because you have so much detail that it doesn't look smooth. But that worked really well. I like this also. It just makes sense. It just makes sense.
Yeah. And also I could see in the comments that when the person uploaded that one, it was like, I felt like it was more like a horse than a dragon.
Oh,
and
really?
I can kind of see like where it's going here, but it's such a strong silhouette at the same time. Like it's really just like solid, this one, and just like spend a few more hours on it, and just like it's such a great starting point.
Are you talking about this one or the previous one?
That one.
This one. I get dinosaur vibes from this. It's like,
Oh yeah.
with the thing on the front. Yeah.
The one with like where the skull is like out, but yeah.
Yeah.
Gourmet.
Yeah.
Chef's
Beautiful.
kiss.
Chef's kiss. I mean, all of them are literally like
Chef's kiss,
my
all of them.
children. No, I'm
You're
joking.
hoarding dragons.
Oh, okay. Like when
Don't.
I said make a dragon, this person was like, "I'm gonna make you a fucking dragon. I'll show you a dragon." And this is this is really cool. This is really cool.
Don't
yeah.
work with the teeth as well, going like up and down. You really just like get the feel.
Yeah, and like you got the eyeball. Like somehow you got the eyeball to look like an eyeball.
Looks mean. That's nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Well done. Well done.
Is that Charizard? It is Charizard.
I mean, whatever it is, it's beautiful.
If you cannot see Charizard.
I can see it here. I can see it here. But like, I love his gumboots. He looks like he's wearing gumboots. So cute.
So fashionable.
Well done. So like, clearly my class was not advanced enough for you because you came so far. Keep going. Keep going. Like, just keep on running and you will get so far. I mean, all of you guys will, but really, really fun to see. Okay, all right. So there's a definite style going on here. We have a definite particular type of dragon going on, and you tried to do the scales too. Yeah, I mean, I commend you for trying. In the normal ZBrush, you can actually create your own brushes and your own specific brush types, and then you can paint on scales, like, just by doing nothing, just by like painting it on, and it will indent that pattern into the skin. That is a really, really common technique that most ZBrush artists use, whether it's like a brush downloaded online or whether you make it yourself, in order to get like a good skin texture material.
We're getting another.
Hello, join the party.
Join the party.
Join the party. We're giving feedback for ZBrush sculpts. Yes. To get like the perfect like skin texture. This is Mito, everyone. Yes, hello. To get that skin texture result that you would like, then we use a specific brush for that. It's a real party in here now.
Absolutely.
Can we like?
Move the camera.
Yeah,
I mean, you're moving the whole screen.
I know. Kill me for it. Sue me.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do. It's hard because you can't fit all of us in it at a time, but
We're too big.
you calling me fat?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay. This one looks like it just came out of a volcano. Like, volcano just spat it out, and it's like the mother of dragons fire
I need
type.
to see a dermatologist immediately.
It's like, it's super nice that you went in straight for the detail. I think like it's something that you don't really see. I love the horns. It really works.
That's really cool.
It really, really works with the horns. Super detailed. Yeah. Well done.
But that is not ZBrush Core Mini because I can see how many active polys?
Ooh.
500,000. Those are rookie numbers. You can push those though.
Nah, it gets the point across. It's good.
It's absolutely amazing.
It's totally cool. All right. Cool. This is like Corona. No, wait. What am I talking about? Sorry. What am I talking about? This is like Dragon, but I feel like during Corona because I get like there's like a mask or something on its face. Do you get that feeling? I don't know. That's not an insult. That's just my like immediate reaction.
It's like you're looking at clouds and then you're just imagining random things. That's your brain right now.
Like when you look at clouds and then you see a dragon.
Mhm.
This is like what you see. I like it.
But you know what's really cool? I really like how mean, like how sharp these eyes are. They really look like super aggressive.
But like, let's not judge a book by its cover.
Alright.
Maybe it's a nice dragon, or maybe it is a mean dragon. I don't know. It could be. Yeah, but it does have powerful eyebrows, huh?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is like,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. It's cool. And like the antler horns. I love that idea. I love putting like antler horns on dragons. I think that's like a cool concept. Yay, more noodles.
More noodles.
Very warm.
Yeah, it's a bit warm in here.
Yeah, can we get like AC in here or something like that?
Let's install it.
Where's your fan?
My fan.
Yeah, you gotta fan
Yeah.
us down.
Oh, that type of fan.
I thought you were the adoring fan. I'm sorry.
We are all adoring fans.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm joking. See you. Bye. Thanks for visiting.
Thank you.
That's Mito. He taught the previous online boot camps. You might see him here and there now and again. Have we figured out who is teaching the online boot camps for December? Because I am traveling during December a little bit. So you may not see me for the month of December, but I'm still teaching the next bootcamp class. Not to worry. But you guys will have all that information when it's relevant for you and when it's important. Not to worry. Anyway, back to this old boy.
Noodles.
The noodles. I like the lips.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's something satisfying about lips that are, like, imperfect. You know? Smooth lips.
Cool.
Simple. Seen it before. I like this. I like it a lot.
And also that tooth right there. See that little crack there?
That little
so-
crocodile tooth.
Yeah, teeth.
A little dangly bit. It's cool. Yeah, it's very cool. Aww. It's cute. Like, it looks like it would bake me muffins if it could. Again, no, not meant in any insult. I'm just like, it's
Maybe
really
it's a mean
cute.
dragon,
I really-
Emily. Maybe it's a mean dragon.
You're so right. You're so right. What the fuck am I doing? I'm so sorry. I should not judge. My bad. But yeah, really cool. It's nice and smooth. I like that. If you wanted to like have like more of an extreme bottom jaw or like lip feel, you could probably go for like a bigger brush and then just like hammer that in there, and that would get like more intense. But I mean, it's such a nice smile. I cannot complain.
Yeah.
How far have we got? We've got a few more. Okay. This one I like because like you've got the basic shapes and you like really put it like the most important features there first. And then like on top of this you could like add the skin texture detail and you could do all of that stuff, but you really translated the idea really well. And I like what you've done with the cheekbones. It's cool. It's nice. Yeah, what do you think?
As an adoring Skyrim fan, I'm getting massive Anduin vibes. If anybody have played
Oh
that. And
yeah.
It's the bad guy in that one, so I'm getting a little bit of vibes from there, and I think it's absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's such a strong silhouette as well. It's great.
Yes, I agree. Yes. Quite. Lovely.
Gourmet.
Oh!
Yes. Yes.
I've been waiting. Where have you been all my life? I love it.
My
It's
spirit
amazing.
animal.
Yeah. It's so fun.
Why am I getting like, I could just imagine, so if you would spend a little bit of time on it, I could imagine instead of horns, it would be like these seashells that would just like grow out.
Yeah. That's the cutest idea ever.
Or a croissant.
Oh my
That's
god,
a-
it's beautiful. Welcome back. Okay, we're just getting another visitor. It's so beautiful. I love it. It's so cute. I love that idea. If you're ever going to keep working on this, continue in this direction. I like it. But also I can see that, like, I hope you had fun with it because I'm having fun looking at it in a positive way. I'm enjoying this visually. very much. I hope you had fun creating it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's so dope.
I need the seashells to be there. Like, that would be so cute. But if that's not the vision that you have for it, that's okay. Take it wherever you want. It's all good.
Oh, and here we go, Sammy.
Oh, it's real shifu now. Or what's it called? Musha. Musha, Misha. Tomato. No, I'm joking. This is great. Well done. Okay, so by changing the size of the brush and using a specific brush, you've also gone in and like added like this sort of scale effect. That's really cool. I like that.
Was that clay buildup he's been using? Just like
yeah, either clay buildup or like because they're the same thing. Like they are clay buildup, but one is square and one is spherical. He or she, I believe, Zami, use the the square brush. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Well done, Sammy.
Good job.
I think he is in the chat actually.
Yeah.
So well done.
Yes, very well, very well. Aww. I like it's got a big lip. I think that's what this is. This is supposed to be a mouth, right? I don't want to misinterpret anything. I think it's really not. I think it's cute.
It's great.
I like the lip. Yeah. And I can see like this also could be intentional. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but like the pupil, like the eyeball, is like not there. Is that because you had the same like issue as me? I'm not sure. But like I'm getting like this eyebrow / eyelid sensation, like the eyelid that is really well done because I can see you've got some edges here, and you haven't just gone and like pulled it out. Like it's nice and crisp. Also with the horns, you see if they've like crisped it up.
Yeah.
Nice. Crisped. It's nice and crisp.
Good.
Really good. I like it. Well done.
That's cool.
And the nice nostrils too. It looks like it could smell ramen from a mile away.
Oh, and that was from Mito's class, so that is a
And it's
solid
a pumpkin!
in spirit of Halloween.
Yeah, of course. Also, like, super believable, clean pumpkin. I cannot fault it. If you wanted to, like, I mean, I guess it depends on the stage of life it's in, right? Like, if it's an older pumpkin, you could make it, like, a little less, symmetrical, and then, like, it would look, like, half rotted and blah, blah, blah. But, like, I literally cannot fault this pumpkin. Like, I don't have anything.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
I think that's all.
Oh, how far? Oh, my lord. Oh, you guys.
Two left.
Okay, I think they've been updating it as the classes come along within the weeks.
Oh, yeah.
She.
So what I like about this is, you know, the antlers kind of looks a little bit like withered trees as well. So you could imagine this like a massive dragon where like trees will start like growing out and then maybe decaying or something like that. That is so cool.
Your imagination is off the hook. I love that you see it that way because that's so cool. Yeah, like I can totally see this down like further down the pipeline. Like if you like were to like texture it and whatever, you could add like little tree vines and leaves here and there, and it would be like like huge dragon.
Just add some tree bark and stuff like that to make it like an ender tree dragon.
Oh, that would be so cool.
God, I've been playing too much Dungeons and Dragons.
That would be so cool. But it would be so cool. Like, and I can understand that this is an eyelid here and that's an eyebrow, but like, like also adding like another pair of eyes, another set of eyes.
That would be dope.
That would be dope. That would be dope because you have the space for it, and it would like. But anyway,
if you're in the chat, you know
if you're in the chat, if you know,
got homework.
Don't change anything. Like it's dope. It's perfect. Beautiful. Perfection. Like see like you don't. When you look at this, you don't get this idea, do you?
Have you ever seen an eagle from the side and then the front? It's like, it's so weird to see that. Just like
it's completely different vibes.
Absolutely.
But nonetheless, our criticism still stands.
Absolutely.
Well done. Well done. Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's gonna be the last one.
I think that's it, except for this one. I want to say this one. I fucking love the horns on this bad boy. Also because you looked at more than a few perspectives. You've gone down from the top perspective as well. And I'm loving this shape. That's so satisfying to look at. Well done. And the horns with the... Yep. Great.
Chef's kiss.
Yep. Yep. Sorry to be quick on it. But...
Yeah, we're running out of time.
We are. Yeah.
Way over time.
We are way over time.
But I think maybe if we have time for next week, so if you want to,
Yeah.
so your animation, you're more than welcome to. We're having more. We're never leaving.
You guys are too good. You guys are too good. Like,
Omnibrute, another one.
oh,
Okay, that's cool with the transition going from the Anders down to the scale. That is wonderful.
you know they've submitted it after the class too, probably, right? Like, when's the date for this? Or maybe this was for the class. I
Well,
don't know.
today it's.
It was today. It's No, I'm joking.
No, but that's still
Everything is appreciated. Thank you guys so much for sharing. It's so much fun. Oh, I will love heart react all of these personally myself when we get off air. Okay.
But listen, we would love to see your animations, but we're gonna have to do that next week.
Yeah. Next week for animations, we would love to see it and how far you've come.
So you can maybe spend a little bit more time on it if you want to add a little bit of a flavor to it. Maybe
Or
give
like-
it a little bit more jiggle.
Or, you know, do like make a GIF or a screen recording and because how else can they do it? That's really the best way, isn't it? Just putting it in the Discord chat.
Yeah, that's the place.
Yes.
So
That's it.
we're having open house next week. So if you are in Denmark or Danish and you want to check out the school this is where we're representing CADA, swing by. You can sign up on our website, cada-edu.com. Go in, check it out, so you can learn a little bit more about the school. If this tickles your creative part of the brain. So go in there and also join the Discord. You can find the Discord invite in the description. So get in there, get acquainted, and share your lovely artwork with us. And just thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for participating and coming back. Great job. Keep it up. Keep going. Don't stop.
Never stop.
Never stop. Never stop.
You guys are onto something. So.
Keep it up. Keep it up. And it only gets better. Like it only gets better. So keep it up. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And yeah, just like Christian said here, open house next week. If you're in Denmark or in Copenhagen and you want to visit, come by. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next boot camp, which is next Wednesday.
Which is texturing.
Texturing in Blender. Yes. Okay. Awesome.
Cool.
Great.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.